Right, this is my update for my local multiplayer game that I'm making for technical prototyping. Right, I haven't updated the game in a while, and this is my progress for week 5. Right, so the game is a multiplayer, so you can add as many characters. There's limit of 4 characters, but yeah, it works pretty well. I only have 2 controls right now, so I can only move 2 characters. But yeah, the first thing I did was animations, importing the assets, and just movement, normal movement. Second thing I've added is I can't show the snowball right now, can I? Yeah, but there's a pickup system. You can pick up coins and they respawn again, and the maximum amount of coins you can pick up is 10. And another thing you can do is you can hit players. That's it. And then if a player hits you while you have coins, you should drop some coins. There you go, I dropped some coins. I've also worked on a spring that throws the player above. Pretty cool, pretty niche. And let me hit you. And then I worked on a bomb. There you go, it throws the player in the way of the bomb. So if I throw it here, he should be thrown there. If I throw it there, he should be thrown there. Perfect. Yeah, simple, nothing else. And I've added a snowball system, if I'm not wrong. Snowball launches the player less, so only a slight launch, and it doesn't disable the player's input, nor does it make the player throw coins if it gets hurt. But yeah, that's how this works. Quite simple. And then you can just always just bash the player if you want. And then for 1 second right, I have some bugs in the game, but yeah, for 1 second the character, it disables the input. Nothing crazy. So all the launch and all the boost is done in the player system itself. I'm using an interface, and I'm just taking the impact force, and I'm launching the character if needed. And if it's being dazed, which is this, what it's doing is just playing a dead montage and then disabling input for a second. I think this is 1 second or 0.5, either or. And then it drops the coins, and the coin dropping mechanic is here, and the end removes the coins of the player as well. I need to fix this. I mean, I'm using get random reachable point and radius, but that doesn't create this perfect circle of coins. Nothing crazy. Snowball is just simple, just gets when it's being hit, it checks if the interface, if it checks if the other actor has an interface, and then it just applies impact, which is just the interface. So the bulk amount of work is being done in the character blueprint itself, not here, because it's a very physics based game, so I have to redo the impact again and again. Instead, I've just made it into one function and using interfaces to check with the player, check the player launching the player up. Sorry. Bomb is very simple as well. It looks like this, and then if it touches the ground or touches the player or anything, it delays for, let's say, a second. Runs the spear trace for objects. Can I make it? Whatever. For duration, checks if the pawn, checks for pawns, and then yeah, I think that's it. It just applies impact. This is some interesting code. So this is throw player away in direction of the bomb. So if the player is on the right side of the bomb, it throws the player on the right side. If it's on the left side, throws left side, right, and right. So like a realistic bomb impact. And then this is just simple, just destroys itself after it's being blasted. Nothing crazy that I know of. Yeah, that's about it. I do see a vision for the game. I do wanna. Oh, there's also a boost. I think I did show the boost, but yeah. And the camera system, yeah. The camera system is a bit complicated. I followed a tutorial for most of it. Camera, there you go. There's a camera manager. Just does nothing. It just gets the player ID and adds a camera, shared camera to it. But the shared camera is the important bit. It's running event tech. I can't think of any other better way. I'm spelled camera wrong. Gets the player numbers, and then it uses a location sum. So it's adding the location of all the players and then dividing it by the number of players. So you can get the middle point. So this is the middle point, and then it's just pretty much setting the camera location here. So in the middle of all the players. And then next it's doing is this is for the height. So this is where the camera height works. Camera height, there you go. Nothing crazy, just wait, biggest distance, okay, right. So it takes the biggest distance from camera, so the biggest distance from the camera of a player. So the different distance between a camera to a player, the biggest distance is just checks. This is just checking the biggest distance. If it finds the biggest distance, then it just sets itself to be the biggest distance, and in the end what it does is it changes the target arm length. So arm length would be, there you go, this. So this would increase and decrease according to how far further away one player has gone. So all the players will always be in the camera frame, and there's a clamp to it. I can increase the clamp, but the way it works is it just multiplies this off depending on the range. I can just make this infinite, so the location goes up and up, but there's a limit to it. So but yeah, that's about it. Thank you.